What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. You know I got another banger for you, so kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
It was an eventful day in women's college hoops, man. South Carolina remains number one, keeps their win streak alive against a cross-state foe in ECU. How about Hailey Van Lith leading the way for TCU, getting a big upset, their biggest staple win over a very talented NC State squad. And then, of course, Notre Dame continues their winning ways, really relying heavily on their starting five, man. But they have one of the best starting fives in the nation. Will they continue to get more production from their bench? We got to talk about it all. But first off, thank y'all so much for tuning in, liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing, all that good stuff. Make sure to follow us at Brandon Lee TV on all social media. Now, getting into it for South Carolina, man. Another dominant win over a lesser opponent, but another team win that showed us a lot from the Gamecocks. Especially what really stood out to me was the smothering defense, man. They forced almost 30 turnovers, y'all. Picking pockets, jumping passing lanes, and just completely smothering ECU, holding the entire team other than Amaya Joyner to under like 5 points. This was a dominant performance, to say the least. Leading the way was Chloe Kitts with 14 points, 1 assist, 7 rebounds in 19 minutes of play. They didn't need to really do a whole lot with her in this game. She continues to just find ways to get buckets from all over the floor. Love the way that she is running hard in transition. They even missed her a couple times. She could have easily had 20, but she's exceptionally difficult to stay in front of for other forwards getting down the court. She's still shooting the basketball at a high clip. Very, very low maintenance score. She doesn't take a lot of shots, but she's making every shot count. She continues to be the focal point of this team, and I think she is continuing to take that next step to be that number one option for this team, man. She's been that alpha. She's been reliable. And honestly, man, she's been one of the most improved players in the entire country. Love what I'm seeing from Chloe Kitts on every aspect. Sanaya Fagan having her best game of the year. First one in double figures with 10 points, 1 assist, 4 rebounds. She was way more efficient finishing around the cup today in 15 minutes of play. Raven Johnson scoring her season high in points with 7 points. She had 2 assists and 3 rebounds. Assists are still down, but she's still doing everything this team needs. She led them in minutes played, continuing to be that glue player. I know we've kind of been a little critical of her early on with the shot not falling, but she's continuing to do little things. She's continuing to get outlet passes, control the tempo for this team. She's continuing to play lockdown defense, and she's rebounding at an all-time career high as well this season. So shout out to Raven, still remaining in that starting lineup. Breezy Hall with her biggest game so far with 10 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds in 25 minutes of play. Coach Don Staley called out her vets, Fagan, Johnson, and Hall, and they all responded today. She played great defense, knocked down some shots, and continues to just steadily improve and getting back into her championship form as well. But we know Don Staley called out her vets. They answered the call today. Tahina Powell started off, gave them the spark in the first quarter and the second quarter, hit a few threes. She also had 4 assists and 2 rebounds in 23 minutes of play, continuing to be that steady presence as a vet for this group, that calming presence in this deep backcourt. Malaysia Fulwiley, 22 points, played the most off the bench, 12 points, or 22 minutes, I should say. She had 12 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. This is the second game consecutive with 4 assists, man. She's dropping it off, making some flashy passes. She's still looking to cut down on the turnovers. There were some really head-scratching plays from her at certain parts of this game, but when she made a mistake, she ended up getting it back at the other end. So shout out to her. Joyce Edwards is showing that she is just a dominant force waiting to happen in the post. 12 points, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. She has the potential to be that alpha in the low post for this group, to command the defense. She's double teams from the defense. She's truly gotten better with every game, y'all, and I love what we're seeing from Joyce Edwards as a freshman. She's going to be special. She had a couple blocks as well, anchoring the paint, and she just gave them really productive minutes, man, at the 4 and the 5. Wherever she's plugged in, she's impactful. She's just so well-rounded with passing the basketball. She can shoot it. She's an elite finisher already, can play back to the basket, great touch, great explosiveness, and just a big-time athlete. Maddie McDaniel is a player we continue to see getting minutes with Tessa Johnson out. Maddie gives them a different look at point guard. She led them with 6 assists. She had 3 points, and she had a big and one nice little pump fake she had in the lane and 4 rebounds. She's tough defensively. She's scrappy. She's just in the mold of a perfect Dawn Staley point guard. Love the pace that she plays with, and she's just like an Energizer bunny, man. Just a true spark off the bench for this squad. Overcame an injury, missed a lot of the offseason, but has definitely caught up and is well adjusted to the college game right now. Ashlyn Watkins, 8 points, 2 rebounds for her. Yeah, she's still getting acclimated. Only played 11 points. They didn't really need to depend on her tonight. She will be just fine, but definitely something to monitor. The production for her has been down all around the board. Minutes are being down as well, but you imagine she's still just getting back into shape, getting acclimated. Swatkins will be just fine. Dowda, Sakima Walker as well, played some minutes. Dowda, 8 minutes, 2 points, 4 rebounds. I still think she's going to be a big-time X factor for this team. Sakima Walker, we mentioned, got some minutes, 6 minutes for her, 4 points, 3 rebounds. A little production out of the big that decided to come back for an extra year. And Adele Tack, another freshman, had 4 points and 1 rebound in 5 minutes of play. Amaya Joyner, the only player in double figures that really did anything for ECU. But big win. This is what we've grown to expect from South Carolina. It can be anybody's night, any given night. You can't just stop one player and expect to stop this machine. They will have some tougher games coming up. We know they got TCU coming up soon, so competition's going to ramp up. They got the big win over NC State, so they have that one of those signature wins already. But we know the gauntlet is coming, and South Carolina, they're playing UCLA. They're playing Iowa State. They got TCU. They got UConn. This team will absolutely be battle tested. But they extend the win streak and keep going. Speaking of TCU, man, Hailey Van Lith caught so much flack last year playing with LSU. And I'm here to say she's back. Put some respect on her name. Leading this upstart TCU squad. They get the big win over a top 15 opponent in NC State, who was in the Final Four last year. This was a huge win. Shout out Isaiah James. She did everything she could for this group. Shout out Zoe Brooks. Shout out Sanaya Rivers. They did everything they could for this group, but it was not enough. Hailey Van Lith is leading this group. They have a good core, man. They have a pretty good big three, to be honest. TCU, second-year head coach, firing on all cylinders. They got some pushback. Almost blew this game late. NC State had a chance to tie it late and was not able to. So TCU held on. Big win at home, though. Signature win. One of the biggest wins in this program's history. Hailey Van Lith caught so much flack last year. Shooting numbers were down, scoring was down, assists were up, but everything else was down. But she controlled the tempo. She looks like just a calming veteran presence. They put the ball in her hands and just completely let her go play young, wild, and free. And they're going to have something to say about that Big 12 championship. I'm telling you right now. But this win proves they are not a fluke, man. This is the real deal. They remain undefeated. They played a complete game. And I think, man, we just got to put some respect on Hailey Van Lith's name. She's back to that form of being one of the most prolific scorers in the country. She's playing that point guard role, moving the basketball, setting teammates up. She's controlling the tempo for this group. And she was a veteran presence that they absolutely needed, and the spark in this backcourt that this team needed. TCU picked up the win 76-73. They closed it out, man, and I'm just proud of this team for getting this big win, to be honest, because it wasn't a lot knowing what to expect, man. This is like Hailey Van Lith's last chance opportunity trying to play herself back into the WNBA draft. She had 18 points, a game high, 10 assists, and 4 rebounds, a double-double. against a top 15 team. And you just talk about a complete game that she's playing out there. Just controlling the tempo, being that true point guard for this group, showing that she can be that lead guard when she has the basketball in her hands, man. This was a big win, and this was a statement win. This was a win that they absolutely needed. Sedona Prince continues to be an elite pickup for them in the portal, man. She finished with a team high 31 points, 3 assists, and 16 rebounds. She's been incredible. Madison Connor was shooting that rock tonight, had 11 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds. Taylor Bigby, another good addition for them, 10 points, 6 rebounds. I mean, they just really scored the basketball. It was a well-balanced attack. They shot 45% from the field. Atrocious from three-pointers. I ain't gonna lie. 26.3 from the three-point line, man. But they dominate the rebounds, 40-35. They dominate the assist battle, 22-8. They actually could have blew NC State out. They had a double-digit lead for a little bit before NC State stormed back. They were well in control of this game. Only 4 turnovers while forcing 7 as well, man. So it was a really clean game for TCU, man. They moved the basketball. They got paint touches. They hit big threes when they needed them. Only hit 5 of them. They was out there chucking 5 of 19, but they hit the ones that mattered, man. And I think this is just a big statement win for them. And you love to see it for Hailey Van Lith. Like, I love a redemption story. She went through the Olympics, was the best player on that 3v3 USA team, continued to just hunt her shot, be aggressive. And she's back in that mode now, that aggressive mode that this is my team and I'm ready to go. I'm one of the best in the country. I like when she's playing with that fire, man. She's definitely just playing great basketball right now. They have a really good supporting cast as well that's out there making shots, can create plays and play make for others. They got a lot of firepower in that backcourt. They have a reliable big that's holding things down in the paint. And Hailey Van Lith, how about the double-double on NC State, though, man? Y'all got to let me know how y'all feel it. I think Hailey Van Lith is back. She's been having a good season so far. She's been shooting it at a really good percentage the last couple of games. And then the 10 assists speak for themselves. She didn't have 10 assists not one time at LSU. She's playing so much better, and I think she is a legitimate WNBA prospect. Speaking of WNBA prospects, man, with the draft lottery coming up, Olivia Miles in the latest mock draft has moved into the lottery. She is completely back after missing all of last year. Came back with a triple-double. Continues to just be that veteran leader, scoring the basketball, rebounding the basketball, being the lead assist player, playmaking guard for this team, sliding in and fitting like a glove, like milking cookies next to Hannah Hidalgo, man. She's going to be a really good WNBA player. They've got her listed going to a couple of different places. If the Chicago Sky could get their hands on Olivia Miles, I'm telling you, watch out, because she's a player, explosive, great finisher around the cup, just shot maker. 3-point shooting has been a weakness of hers. She's shooting the basketball at a really good percentage, shooting it more so better than she has majority of her whole career this year. The 3-point shot is becoming a reliable weapon where you can't really sag off of her. She's an elite defender and has been. Notre Dame is truly my dark horse to win the national championship. They had a really good big three last year with Sonia Citron, Hannah Hidalgo, as well as Maddie Westbell. But now Kate Koval, the freshman, anchoring the paint for this group. They were small last year. Kate Koval has come in. She's blocking shots. She's rebounding. She's that reliable low-post option to complement this perimeter firepower that Notre Dame had, man. They are going to be battle-tested. They got a big matchup against USC coming up that's going to tell us a lot about these teams early on. But Notre Dame, the depth may be a worry. They don't play a whole lot of players, but that starting 5 is just producing at a very nice level right now. Notre Dame picked up the win, 91-55. Leading the way for them, Hannah Hidalgo, 29, 5, and 3. She has been on another level. This three-headed monster with Hidalgo, Citron, and Olivia Miles is maybe one of the they're definitely one of the best backcourts in the nation. Could they be the best backcourt in the nation? Just a whole lot of firepower. But you look at it, man, the starters played a lot of minutes in this game. Kate Koval, 34 minutes. She had 11 points, 4 assists, 19 rebounds. 19 rebounds for the freshman. She's out there blocking shots as well. She's definitely in that running for freshman of the year. Hannah Hidalgo picking up right where she left off, though, with 29 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, still picking pockets out there as well. Olivia Miles, 20 points, 7 assists, 11 rebounds, flirted with another triple-double. When you just talk about interchangeable, I mean, Citron had 6 assists as well. All 3 of these guards can play the one or the two, man. They're all 3 playmakers. They can all 3 get their own shots. Citron had 10, 6, and 9. When you have guards that are interchangeable that can really just do everything on the floor that you need them to, you're going to be in good hands. When you have good guard play, especially in the NCAA tournament, you're going to be very successful. And that's the thing. All these guards can handle the basketball. All of them can shoot. They can play off the ball, so you really can't just pressure one. Emma Risch also 12 points off the bench. Cassandra Prosper shot the ball well, 9 points off the bench for her. So they got some bench production, but they only played 7 players in this contest, man. So that's definitely something to monitor when you play against teams that are going 10 deep. Will the depth be an issue? But that's starting 5 for Notre Dame. I mean, and they're going to get Maddie Westbeld back. But that starting 5, man, Kate Koval is just a complete difference maker for this team. On the boards, they did not have anybody getting 19 rebounds last year. She's just completely changed the trajectory of this Notre Dame team. They are dangerous, y'all. And with these guards, I mean, Citron, walking bucket, first-round draft pick. Olivia Miles, first-round draft pick. Hidalgo will be a first-round draft pick. Coach Ivy has one of the best teams she's had in quite some time, maybe ever in her young tenure with Notre Dame as the head coach, man. They are locked in. They're the favorites in the ACC. With NC State kind of down this year, Carolina has some question marks. It's good, but are they ready? Notre Dame definitely looks like the cream of the crop when it's coming to the ACC, and I'm excited to see them match up against USC. Hannah Hidalgo, Olivia Miles, Sonia Citron, complete difference makers. This Notre Dame team, I mean, are they underrated? Are people sleeping on them? They look like a top 3 team. They're in the top 5 right now. They look like a top 3 team, man. I'm taking them over UCLA for sure, without a doubt. Maybe taking them over Texas at this point, man. I think Notre Dame might be a better team than Texas at this point. You got veteran presence. You got a mixture of youth that are competing out there hard. Koval, I've just been blown away with, man. Just her presence on both sides, complimenting these guards. She's talented enough to command double teams, but also can pass it out of the post. She can shoot the basketball as well, spread the floor. Notre Dame is going to score a lot of points no matter who they play, and you're going to have to be able to keep up and run with them if you want to stop the Irish, man. But do not sleep on Notre Dame. Again, my dark horse to win this title with elite guard play. And I just love the way Olivia Miles and Hannah Hidalgo have complemented each other. The chemistry has been there since day one, and they've really built upon that and embraced that role together, man. But when you got 3 guards that are getting over 5 assists a game, you're going to be tough to stop. But big wins all across the board. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about all the latest and the greatest. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share. Join our memberships. We got that exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV as well. Until next time, we out.